Okay, let me try this. So this video is going to be me reciting some serious poems. They're kind of protest poems against the whole C-19 thing. And I say C-19 because I don't want to see the C word because I am sick of the C word. I was sick of the C word 3 years ago. So I'm not going to say it. I don't want to hear it. But it's pretty plain what I'm talking about here. You know what I'm talking about when I say C-19. And I'm going to read these in chronological order. So let's see how well this goes. This is not nearly as good as being in the woods. All right. So this first one is called Maskless. We are the rebels in abnormal times. We carry on as before and commit novel crimes. We are the outlaws when the law goes insane. The world turns upside down, we stay the same. We are the maskless. We are the free. We are the ones who would die for liberty. We are the normal. We are the cure. Tyrants come and go, but we endure. We are not pod people. We do not blend in. Go ahead and point and scream. We will not bend in. We will not do our part to pacify the hive mind, because we prefer to live before we die. We are the maskless, the ones with faces, with our own expressions and our own social graces. We are the people. We are the people, with rights endowed. We burn too brightly to melt into the crowd. You may chop off our heads, but you may not have our minds. You may cut off our income, but you may not have our pride. You may not have our children to raise to worship your lies. Give us liberty or give us death. In this we will not compromise. We are the maskless. We are the heretics to the new religion. We are the non-programmed. We make our own decisions. We are the maskless. We do not hide or obey. We stand for reason while the devil has his day. I wrote that on October 20th, 2020. Next up this is very short. This one I wrote on December 1st, 2020, and it's just this. It is pointless to plow or to sow when the sunlight of liberty is no longer in the sky. It is useless to ask how to live until we answer the question, why? A man cannot function when everything is lies. Women keep on going, but we lose faith and die. I can't talk. I can't do it, Captain. My tongue is as thick as a redneck woman's thighs or something. Okay, next one. This is called A Taste of Armageddon, which was inspired not just by current events, but also by the original series Star Trek episode of that name, A Taste of Armageddon. So I wrote this on January 17th, 2021. You can walk in, but you can't walk out. You can live in fear, but not in doubt. We've got it all planned, it's better this way. You were always gonna die, but now it's how we say. You've had a taste of Armageddon, but a taste ain't all you're getting. You thought that it would end if you complied, but that was the beginning of us owning your life. We've got your sanitary cages with sanitary screens and distancing collars to keep the herd clean. We've got mandatory masks to wipe out your face and sterilizing drugs to cure the human race. Now you've been on this ride for so damn long while we bombarded you with the new norms and old wrongs that you can't remember how to function without our decrees. You are no longer yours. You see and do what we please. You've had a taste of Armageddon, but the full measure is what you'll be getting. You were such a fool to ever have complied, for the moment we saved you was the moment you died. Next up, this is something called the War of Ever. And it's kind of written almost as a song, kind of as a war chant or something. War chant, war cry, whatever. I'm not going to sing it, but it does have a refrain in it. And it goes, I wrote this in the first week of, well, yeah, okay. It goes like this. Lady Liberty lies raped and discarded, her name maligned, her dignity disregarded. We are her sons, nourished at her breast. The milk she gave became the pulse in our chest. Now we watch in horror as the forces of hell attempt to murder the one to whom we owe ourselves. Be not men without honor, like those who breed but don't wive. Stand up for Our Lady, for she is our life. Rise, men of the West, men of the East, men of the world, unite against the beast. Lift your swords and make your vows. The war of ever begins now. Rise. For health and peace, which is not theirs to give, they insist that we sacrifice all for which we live. Family and friends, church and enterprise, arts and culture, all to perish for their lies. Bribery for slavery, look how far we've come. The time for words is over, now we sound the drums. Our God-given freedoms should never be surrendered, and the glories of our past should always be remembered. Rise, men of the West, men of the East, men of the world, unite against the beast. Lift your swords and make your vows. The war of ever begins now. Rise. The outrages of tyranny are not to be endured, as isolation and suffocation they promote as cures. Even the children they do not spare from their power-hungry grasp. Young and old are forced to needle, fear, and mask. Tooth and nail we must oppose this rule with all our might. Yes, we may go down, but not without a fight. We will bleed and will scream and will pray, and our grandchildren will bless that day. Rise, men of the West, men of the East, men of the world, unite against the beast. Lift your swords and make your vows. The war of ever begins now. Rise. Lady Liberty will at last be renewed, maybe not for me and maybe not for you, but someday she will walk upon the bodies of her foes, and from replenished soil a fresh society will grow. In the meantime, it is our privilege and our duty to defend hearth and field and pride and beauty, to do battle with the crazed and hateful hordes, and to prove our mettle in masculine accord. We must not let our women do our work for us. Hearken now, men, and join in the chorus. Rise, men of the West, men of the East, men of the world, unite against the beast. Lift your swords and make your vows. The war of ever begins now. Rise. And this last one, oh, wait a minute. So the War of Ever was written the first week of November 2021. And this next one is March 8th, 2023. Definitely very different from the War of Ever in that it kind of indicates that not a whole lot of fighting has been going on. Okay. And anyway, this is it. It's been 3 years of war, and now we're all just cattle. 3 years in which we fought not a single battle. Malice so obvious we politely let prosper, well-behaved and enslaved to tyrants and doctors. Now we're all cattle, wondering if we're bull or cow. But since we're not human, it doesn't matter anyhow. Now we're all cattle, herded, muzzled, and injected. We have no honor, for nothing human has been protected. Cattle have no pride. Cattle are so nice. These cattle were bred for a blood sacrifice. The Lord of this world shall suck on their bones. This is a spiritual war, and they are his alone. Now we're all cattle, with no reason to live or die. We keep on existing, but don't know why. Now we're all cattle, because we chose to obey. So what does it matter if we all get blown away? Okay, so that's that. And those are all the ones I mean to really to do. Like I said, that was 2023. And that came from uh, hearing someone, like some news person or something, saying how people are, you know, no one wants to work anymore, and people are just lazy and entitled. And I'm like, wait a minute, you just treated them like cattle for 3 years, and now you just want them to be part of human society again. You just treat them in an inhuman way, and now you want them to be nice little worker bees in your nice little society. Uh, anyway, so that's the video. Um, Thanks for listening. Bye.